Hello guys, welcome back to our second lecture for Geography Class 8 Chapter 1 Resources. In the previous video, we have discussed about the definition and types of the resources. We will go into detail in this lecture regarding types of the resources. In the previous lecture, as we have seen types of resources, there are three types of resources. First one was natural resources. Natural resources. Second, it was man-made. And third, it was human resources. We'll discuss one by one. First, we'll talk about the natural resources. Resources which are obtained from nature. Resources which are obtained from nature and used without much modification. Used without much modification are termed as natural resources. Example, as all of you are aware, water available with us, air available in the environment, land we have, soil we have. So these all are termed as natural resources. We will further classify natural resources into several classifications. So first we will talk about the natural resources on the basis of, first type will be on the basis of development. On the basis of development, we can classify resources into two categories. The first one will be actual resources, and potential resources. On the basis of development, natural resources are further classified into actual and potential resources. Now, what are actual resources and what are potential resources? We will differentiate. Actual resources are the resources whose quantity at present is known to us. It means quantity is known. Quantity is known to us. Potential resources are the resources in which quantity is still not known. Quantity is known, quantity is still not known are termed as potential resources. Actual resources are quantity is known, or you can say the resources used at present are termed as actual resources. Those natural resources which we are using today are termed as potential resources, which are used at present are termed as actual resources and whose quantity is known. And on the other side, potential resources quantity is still not known, or these may be used in future. These may be used in future are termed as potential resources. Things that satiate or satisfy our needs today. The things which satiate and satisfy our needs today are termed as actual resources, and the resources which will satisfy or satiate our needs in future or say tomorrow, it will be termed as potential resource. For example, water, you can say water, air, soil. These are actual resources. We are using it today, we are using it at present, are termed as actual resources, potential resources, maybe uranium deposits in Ladakh may be used in future are termed as potential resources. We have coal deposits of Germany. We are using it today. The quantity is also known are termed as actual resources. So the basic difference is the things which we use today and whose quantity is known are termed as actual resources. The things which we may use in future and quantity might not be known as of now are termed as potential resources. Let me give you an example of a resource which initially was a potential resource to our country, but today it became an actual resource, right? We'll talk about wind energy, guys. 100 years back or more than that, wind energy was termed as potential resource that was not used at that time. So that may be used in future, but at that time that was not used. But today we are using wind energy with the help of wind farms, and we use them to rotate turbines and to generate electricity. So this wind energy, which was potentially energy way back 100 years ago, is a actual resource in today's scenario. So this was the difference between potential and actual resources. If we talk about wind energy in India, basically it was in Gujarat or in Tamil Nadu. Nagarcoil was the place over there where extensive amount of wind energy is used with the help of wind farms. So this is the basic difference between actual and potential resources. This was the first classification of natural resources that was on the basis of development. Let's move to second classification, guys. Second classification we have is on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, we can divide natural resources into two classes, that is abiotic and biotic. Abiotic and biotic. The difference between abiotic and abiotic, as their name suggests, bio is for life. Bio, we use this term for life. Abiotic, which do not have life, or biotic, which do have life. The resources which originate from non-living things. The resources which originate from non-living things, or the resources which do not have life, are termed as abiotic resources. Abiotic resources do not have life, originate from non-living beings, are termed as abiotic. If we talk about abiotic, guys, it's just opposite to abiotic. Have life, and originate from living beings. Those which do not have life and originate from non-living beings are abiotic. Those which do have life and originate from living beings are termed as biotic resources. For example, if we talk about rocks, minerals, metals, non-metals, these all are the examples of abiotic resources. rocks, minerals, metals and non-metals. If we talk about biotic, all plants and animal beings, plants and animal beings are the example of biotic. Plants do have life, animal beings do have life. Milk, what we obtain from milk animals, is termed as biotic, right? Animal beings, animal which we use for several purposes, for irrigation and for carting. So these are termed as biotic resources, plants and animal beings. So on the basis of origin, natural resources can be classified into abiotic and biotic. So this was our second classification. Next classification will move on the third classification of natural resources is on the basis of stock. Stock here means on the basis of availability. On the basis of stock means on the basis of availability. These are, or on the basis of, you can say, quantity. These are renewable and non-renewable. So on the basis of stock, we have further classified natural resources into renewable and non-renewable resources. Let's differentiate between renewable and non-renewable resources. Resources which can be easily renewed. Resources which can be easily renewed or replenished. Resources which can be easily renewed or replenished are termed as renewable resources, and on the other hand, non-renewable, which cannot be renewed easily, resources which cannot be renewed easily are termed as non-renewable resources. It's not like that the non-renewable resource cannot be renewed ever, but it will take thousands of years to get them renewed. So it is not possible for a human being to see that renewable in a single lifespan, because it takes thousand years to get it renewed. So these are renewable resources which can be easily renewed or replenished. No renewable resources which cannot be renewed easily. Apart from that, these are non-exhaustible. Non-exhaustible means exhaust means खत्म होना किसी चीज का, non-exhaustible जो खत्म नहीं होंगे. Non-exhaustible renewable resources are non-exhaustible because they can be renewed, दोबारा से renew हो जाते हैं. That's why this is called as non-exhaustible, and these are termed as exhaustible. These are exhaustible resources. Example will take solar energy, wind energy, water. Solar energy, wind energy, water energy gets renewed. Solar energy, we get sunlight every day, it's get renewed again and again on a daily basis. Wind energy, wind cannot be exhausted. Water we have water cycle, water goes to the atmosphere, comes down again to the earth. So we have water as a renewable resource available. If we talk about non-renewable resources, The examples would be, we have our fossil fuels. Fossil fuels cannot be renewed easily. And fossil fuels we have coal, petroleum, and gases. Market guys, coal, petroleum, and gases are non-renewable resources because it took thousands of years to get these fossil fuels formed. It took thousands of years, and as per a study, at present rate which we are using coal, petroleum, and gases, there will be a scarcity of these resources soon, and there is a fear that they might exhaust someday. So we have to use judicially these resources, non-renewable resources. So this was the basic difference between renewable and non-renewable, like resources which can be easily renewed or replenished are renewable, which cannot be renewed easily as non-renewable, which are non-exhaustible जो खत्म नहीं होंगे are renewable, which are exhaustible जो खत्म हो सकते हैं are non-renewable. Examples: solar energy, wind energy, water, coal, petroleum, and gases. So this was the classification on the basis of stock. We have another classification available with us. This is on the basis of distribution. This is on the basis of distribution. On the basis of distribution, these can be divided in two parts. It's ubiquitous and localized. Ubiquitous and localized resources, guys. Ubiquitous means which are present everywhere. Those resources which are present everywhere are termed as ubiquitous. Present everywhere. Localized resources which are available at a particular area. The resources which are available just at a particular area are termed as localized resources. At a particular area available at a particular area are termed as localized resources. The resources which are present everywhere are ubiquitous and localized, available at a particular area. If we talk about example is sun, available at everywhere, present. Air that we breathe is present everywhere. So you can say these resources, sun and air, which is present everywhere, can be termed as ubiquitous. If we talk about localized resources, coal and petrol, these are the resources which are available at particular areas. You cannot find iron, coal, petrol, gases, and several other ores, silver, gold at every place. There are some particular areas you will be able to mine these materials out of the earth's crust or out of the earth's, you can say, upper part of the earth crust, and metal, you can say coal, iron, and petrol. So localized resources are which are available at a particular area. So this was the classification on the basis of distribution, guys. So what we have seen, let me write it again. Resources were of three types. Natural resources, man-made, and human resources. We were seeing the classification of natural resources, and it was on the basis of development on the basis of origin, on the basis of stock, and last on the basis of development, sorry, on the basis of distribution. So this was the classification of natural resources, and that was all about the natural resources.